Oh, wow. Many people around the world dream of returning to the home of their ancestors, the British Isles. At the age of 45, I fulfilled a lifelong ambition and bought my dream home in the Scottish Highlands. My name's Jason, and I live in the far north of Scotland. This is my story. Welcome to the American Highlander. I've tried to put words to the feeling that living up here evokes. It's like those passages that Tolkien wrote about elves living at the end of Middle-earth, watching the rapid changes in the world around them and seeing what's coming. A lot of you have asked in the comments, how can you be so positive? Don't you see the headlines and what's happening all around you? Yeah, I do. Of course I do. It's one of the big reasons I moved up here, is to get away from all of that as best I can. Here, in this beautiful place, it is like the elves at the end of Middle-earth. And if you understand that, and you want to cherish it, then it's a great place to live. Good afternoon from the Scottish Highlands. It's currently the first week of September. It's a gorgeous sunny day here in the far north, about 19 degrees. I mean, it's about as perfect as it gets. It really is. So, in this episode, we've got some more sightseeing to do. And as you saw in the opening teaser, we've got some tree surgery going on. So that's really cool. I can't wait for you to see this footage. Quick bit of housekeeping before we dive in. 99% of the comments that I get on this channel are overwhelmingly positive. Seriously, it's over 99%, and I'm really grateful to you guys. 1% is off the deep end, but it's the internet, that's to be expected. But every now and then, you get a comment that's just so wackadoodle that you're like, really? What is going on in your head? In this case, this guy who commented, I don't know if I can follow you because I need to know where you stand on certain issues first. What? Okay. I'm not playing that game. I'm not going to be subjected to a purity test for your entertainment. This is a personal vlog. I mean, yes, it is a showcase for the far north of Scotland. And yes, I am doing my best to showcase local businesses up here. But it is a personal vlog. It is my story, which you have clicked onto. If you like what I have to offer, awesome. If not, that's cool. There's a million other channels on here. Most of them are hosted by people who are younger, thinner, better looking, have better names, spikier hair, and they're less grumpy. But to insist that I have to be somehow magically, perfectly, ideologically aligned with you for you to enjoy this? Get out of here with that. Just, no. And by the way, if you're one of those people who just heard that and is like, you need to pick a side, you're chickening out, go away. Just go away. For the rest of you, let's say we get on with the show, shall we? We had some pretty awesome tree surgery, so why don't we start there? Let's get back to that. Purity test. Jesus. Scotland is absolutely beautiful, but there are day-to-day pragmatic realities that have to be dealt with. For instance, in the aftermath of Storm Florence, there are a lot of trees that got knocked over and they have to be removed.
I think both of them. Yeah. Well, you may save that.
Well, might save the beach. We might be able to roll that around. But yeah, they're not very nice. Widow makers.
So, welcome back, Mr. George Kitching.
Literally run. Yeah.
What is going on here?
Well, we've got 3 trees that are hung up in this one pine tree here, so they're all under tension. Problem we have is the tree that's holding up the 3 trees is starting to lean, and has the potential to fall down to our left. But also we have to remember is because the root plates over there are up in the air, as the vibrations happen, that can make the whole trees drop and sink. So they're technically what we call widow makers. And so they're frickin' lethal because you can't quite tell how the tension is going through the wood and things like that. So, and the pine is shifting. It was actually straight up and it's now got more of a lean to it because of the 3 trees that are pushing on it. We've got rid of the lower one and we now need to either fell the pine and let those other 2 drop, or we've got to get the other 2 off it, and we've got to try and work out the best way of doing it.
1 to 10, like how complex is this particular task today?
It's up there because you're not quite sure how things are going to react. So it's making sure that you've got clear spaces around the bottom of the trees, so you've got a good place to leg it. You know, just little things like that make all the difference. And you've just got to be alert and just be really alert and stand back and be ready to run or push someone out of the way, really, you know, because you can never, you just can't tell exactly what's going to happen. I mean, this tree isn't too bad, but it has got a snap out at the top, so the weight's in a different place from where it should be, you know, but we need that out of that tree out of the way, and possibly another one to get the main 3 that we're dealing with, you know, so you know, it's not just a question of go in and hack away, it's just do it bit by bit. So if someone's cutting, you're never quite sure what's going to happen, so you have to be ready to either dive in, get them out of the way, or just run like
She's snapping. She's going. She's going. She's going. Right, Ross. Yeah. Yes.
Go for a beer.
Go for a beer, have a smoke. Well done, man. That was a good one.
Hey, so a lot of you were asking about medical facilities, and I'm outside Lawson Memorial here in Golspie. My wife is inside. She has an injury to her big toe. Does not look particularly great, so hopefully we'll get an update on that soon. But yeah, we've got Lawson, we've got Golspie Medical Clinic here. There's facilities not too far away in Invergordon. There's Wick, which is up in Caithness. And there's Raigmore, which is in Inverness. So yeah, there's medical facilities around, and I've used Golspie Medical Clinic. It's excellent, and so far here at Lawson they've been fantastic. So if you're concerned about quality of medical service up here, it's good. When we walked out of there, we just walked out. Procedure was done, that's it. There's no surprise bills, nothing that, you know, ambushes you. Honey, how much paperwork did you have to do ahead of time?
I had to fill out one form.
One form?
Yeah, because I went to the doctor's I've had 2 rounds of antibiotics, and they said if it doesn't heal, I have to go to a podiatrist. And so I called up for referral, and I said it was self-referral. So I went in to refer myself, filled out a form on which I actually wrote what is the problem. I put minging toe or something like that. And that was Thursday. Today is Tuesday. I called yesterday for follow-up because the podiatrist was on holiday last week, and I said, look, it's getting worse, can I just come in? And I said, yeah, come in Tuesday. They looked at my foot and said, yeah, we're going to sort this out now. So, and they sorted me out now.
How long was the wait?
What wait? There was no wait.
We're not making that up, by the way.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, my doctor's appointments here have always been on time, and I've had a few doctor's appointments up here, and they've always been on time, bang on time.
Yep. So, for those of you who are wondering, quality of medical care, the NHS.
Oh, yeah. Chef's kiss. Mwah.
I have nothing but positive things to say.
Exactly.
And that's just the reality of it. So you deal with that information however you want. Life is good up here. So I just got my prescription refilled at the Golspie pharmacy just down the road. It was free. Last week I got my eyes examined, It was free. I could go on, but you get the idea. It's the NHS. I would say one of the top 5 questions that I've been asked since starting this channel is healthcare. Everything to do with healthcare. What is the NHS like? What is healthcare in general like in the United Kingdom? How easy is it to access? My own personal opinions and experiences. So, okay, you guys really want to know about healthcare over here. Long story short, it's better. So if you have a knee-jerk disagreement with that, that's cool, just skip this section. My personal experience with the NHS, both in England and in Scotland, has been phenomenal. Single-payer healthcare, the way it works, is all taxpayers pay into a social safety net. So then when you actually need these services, it's there, it's done, you're set. It is the way pretty much every Western country works, with the exception of the United States. Remember that, because we're going to get back to that point in a moment. Now, are there flaws in the NHS? Absolutely. One of the biggest issues, and this isn't unique to the NHS, this is something that every Western nation that has single-payer healthcare has to confront, is a 1-2 punch of aging demography. People are just getting older, coupled with a drop in the birth rate below the replacement rate. So you just don't have enough young people being born, growing up, becoming taxpayers themselves to fund the social safety net that older people who have more medical issues on average are pulling from. We don't have an economic model for how to structure a healthcare system or an economy in general when you have fewer people being born into each subsequent generation. But we're all going to figure it out real fast because it's a problem everyone's dealing with right now. So at the moment, the NHS is under tremendous strain. It's estimated we need something like another 50,000 nurses and another 10,000 doctors just to keep pace with where we're at right now. And as the population ages, you can tell which direction that's going to move in. So there are very real issues. Another issue is, it's a little bit delicate. The UK is very generous with who they give NHS services to. Obviously, it should be available to all British citizens. And you know, if you're an immigrant like me who's come in, you've paid your way in, and you pay more than you take out. I don't really want to dive too far into that because this isn't a geopolitics channel. Much as I'm tempted to make it one sometimes. Suffice to say, there's very well documented statistics on different costs with the NHS, and you should probably look those up. Now, in terms of my personal experience, it has been phenomenal. In the UK, you can go private if you want to. My wife has access to private coverage, and through her, I have access to it if I need it. But I've been very happy with the NHS. And to give you one shining example of this, by the way, I don't know if you can hear it. Those are Eurofighter Typhoon jets flying overhead. Let's go, boys. So I'm a massive military supporter, and that's all I'll say about that. Military good. The beauty of what the NHS has done for me, I dealt with migraines since I was a teenager. And no one in the US was able to help me with it. I saw doctor after doctor after doctor over a period of decades. Frankly, the only thing the US could do was turn me into an opioid addict. That was not an easy habit to break, let me tell you. I come over here, and the first specialist I'm speaking to is like, oh, have you tried a beta blocker? I'm like, what? So that's this prescription. And it was like somebody flipped a light switch. Like my migraines went from crippling to gone overnight. I'm like, really? Something this simple, and no one in the US was able to help me with that? So that's my personal story. But there's another personal story that I think a lot of people watching this can relate to. And it's the core of why I prefer socialized medicine. In the US, you are subject to price gouging. You are. The medical system is run for profit. I was at the time a completely healthy US citizen. I didn't have liver disease at the time. And I was paying just under $500 a month. Then I had a massive deductible on top of that. And then you've got co-pays and what have you. It gets to the point where you're going, what the heck am I paying for? It just feels like extortion with no return for the money that is being spent. That's where I have an issue with American medical care. It's not necessarily with the quality of the care in general. It's the price gouging. To me, that's unconscionable. I mean, in the US, 1 out of every 4 GoFundMes is for unpaid medical bills. 1 out of every $3 that's contributed is towards unpaid medical bills. That's insanity. So, I'm not saying the NHS is perfect. I'm just saying that it has to be better than the alternative, and it is. A lot of people have commented, yeah, sure, it's beautiful up there right now, but wait until winter. As if I'm some sweet summer child who's never gone through a winter in his life. I moved up here last winter. Winter is my favorite time of year. I'll be just fine. Yeah, you say that now, but we'll see you in 6 months. I'll see you in 6 months. Because I'll still be here. And every now and then someone will comment, oh, you're cherry picking the best scenes where it's, perfect sunny weather. Yeah, because I clearly control the weather. I have that kind of power. No, it just really is that beautiful up here. And granted, yes, this is a drought year, and yes, it is quite sunny. But that's the reality. Climate bands are shifting. It's one of the big reasons I moved up here. That ain't gonna stop. I just got in ahead of the curve for once. You know what? Let's go get some damn lunch.
I normally do my own cooking at home, but sometimes, rather than subject myself to Jason's cooking, which is less cordon bleu and more cordoned off, we head to the Golspie Inn. This 200-year-old former coaching inn prides itself on good quality homemade food and also has some high quality comfortable rooms for those wishing to stay the night during their NC 500 adventure. It is also home to Scotland's oldest postbox. All postboxes in the UK carry the insignia of the monarch at the time it was installed. The VR here stands for Victoria Regina, Queen Victoria. I really love the food here. The menus are quite varied and the specials board always has some really interesting dishes on offer. Every time we come here, I promise myself that I won't eat too much and I will leave room for their sticky toffee pudding. Every time we come here, I eat too much and I leave without the sticky toffee pudding. So let's see how we get on today, shall we? This is a daily specials board which has an emphasis on locally sourced food. It was a Sunday, so there are a couple of roast options available, and if I had noticed the venison sausages and mash at the time, I would definitely have had that. Venison is my favourite meat. This is their regular menu with some familiar items and also the rather Scottish Cullen skink. They also have a small but varied wine list. The wines here do look quite good, but I decided to stick to soft drinks for today. They also have a well-stocked bar serving the usual suspects, plus some more local tipple. Whilst we wait for our food, let me quickly show you the pub garden where you can sit and eat and or drink if you feel so inclined. There really is nothing quite like sitting outside on a warm day and eating your lunch, especially when the air is as fresh as it is up here. This is their recently refurbished dining room, which has a very light and airy atmosphere, and this is my company for lunch today. Never mind it. For starters, Jason had the mozzarella sticks, which looked quite good. I went for my favourite, cod goujons. These are very hot, and I was only just about able to pick them up with my fingertips. They also came with a really lovely lemon mayonnaise. They were delicious, crispy, and very hot, and the cod tasted really fresh. Regular viewers may remember Jason's health confession from episode 5, where here is part of his attempt to eat a more varied diet. He really does love the salad, doesn't he? Look at him. For the main course, Jason had vegan chicken wings with garlic bread, and I went for the chicken pie. For me, the crust really does make a pie, and I love puff pastry, even if this one does seem to look a bit like a brain. Anyway, this pie did not disappoint, and the chicken in the pie was fresh and juicy and tasted absolutely delicious, and it was so tender. There was also really good vegetable selection and some homemade chips as well. Jason's vegan chicken wings were cooked fresh and the coating was really crispy and hot. Jason seemed to enjoy them. He said that they were just like the real thing, as if he would know. Anyway, with our meal done, guess what? We once again left without sticky toffee pudding.
This is Cairn Liath. This is an amazing Iron Age settlement that's been excavated, and it's a reminder of the many thousands of years that humanity has lived in these environs. If you're into archaeological tourism like I am, this is a gold mine, because you can just walk right in. Now, you should treat it respectfully, of course, but a few years ago, I went to Stonehenge when I was living in England, and it was great, but it was roped off. You couldn't actually go up to the stones. Whereas here, this is right off the side of the A9. You can just walk right in. You can see it, smell it, touch it. You can hear the waves lapping against the shore. You can feel the sunlight on your skin here. It's not just something in a history textbook, it's real. And at the risk of sounding a little esoteric, the far north of Scotland has some of the oldest rock on Earth. And if you listen carefully, it still has a voice. Hi, I'm the nerdy kid you bullied at school. I'm the sensitive kid you abused at home. I'm the geek you never picked for the team. I'm the quiet introvert you didn't hire. I'm just another face in the crowd who wasn't supposed to make it. To anyone hearing this who thinks your life will never get better, it can.